It was time to close the cafe, and customers were still begging for them to be attended to. Daniella ordered for the cafe to be closed and the customers fell on their knees, begging to double the amount of the money they would pay. The other cafe owners looked in shock. This was definitely not normal, and they needed to get to the bottom of it fast. Somewhere in a beautiful town, there was a lady called Daniella Green. She was popularly known to always have green hair, and she also had green eyes, which a lot of people found strange for a black woman. Some people avoided her and saw her as strange, because she hardly interacted with anyone and preferred to listen to music all by herself. Another reason why she was hated was because of her small cafe. She sold coffee and other breakfast snacks and her cafe was always full of lots of customers. Sometimes, there won't be enough space inside and the customers will queue outside, just to have a taste of her signature coffee and croissants. Other cafe owners around would stand in front of her cafe in wondering what was so special about her small cafe. They even bought some of her coffee, donuts, and croissants and tasted them. They were good, but not enough for people to keep queuing outside and abandon all the other pastry shops around. The other cafe owners got very angry and jealous, seeing that rich men even beyond the town came to have a taste of her coffee. She always got lots of orders for board meetings and the delivery man was always busy, while their own cafe, which was much bigger and beautiful, was empty. The cafe owners came together for a meeting. They needed a plan to eliminate Daniella out of the business and they decided to break into her shop at night. Daniella continued to sell to her customers, hardly muttering many words to them. Her waiters did most of the talking while she remained in her small office, handling the administrative duties. It was time to close the cafe, and customers were still begging for them to be attended to. Daniella ordered for the cafe to be closed and the customers fell on their knees, begging to double the amount of the money they would pay. The other cafe owners looked in shock. This was definitely not normal, and they needed to get to the bottom of it fast. One of the nearby cafe owners, Toby, walked up to them. "Please come over to our cafe. We sell nice coffee and pastries and we assure that you'll love it," she said. The customers looked at Toby like she was speaking Japanese and ignored her. Daniella finally let her customers in, but they could only do takeout. Toby was very angry and at this rate, her cafe would also pack up like the rest. Only a few cafes around managed to survive and they were almost at the point of debt. Out of anger, Toby sneaked in at night and destroyed all her chairs and machines. She broke the glasses and messed up everywhere. Feeling satisfied and happy, she left the cafe and couldn't wait for the next day. The next day came, soon enough and work resumed. Toby was surprised to see that some chairs were moved outside and people were seated under the sun, enjoying the coffee and laughing together. She called other cafe owners and at this point, they decided to close up and move to another location but Toby was determined. She bribed one of Daniella's waiters for her secret recipe and she tried it but still, no customer came into her shop after that. Toby was fed up and angry and didn't know what to do anymore. She decided to meet one of the customers one day, after they had come out of the cafe. "Please, I heard cafes around this place have nice coffee. What's so special about this place that people keep trooping in?" Toby asked. "We also can't point it out. It's like something keeps drawing us over here. The environment feels calm and serene and I forget all my troubles and relax when I'm here. It feels like therapy," the woman said and left. Toby decided she would go over and have a drink and pastries for a month straight. She wanted to see if the coffee and croissants, which were their best sellers, would have the same effect on her. She went there every week and soon, she found out she was addicted. She couldn't tell what it was, but she was always drawn and her body couldn't do without it. She slapped herself in the face after she had ordered 5 times in 3 days. "I need to focus and find out their secret," she said to herself. She decided to have a talk with one of the cafe workers again, and he helped her keep some secret cameras in her office and other hidden spots in the cafe. Of course, she had to pay a lot of money for that. Toby sat in her cafe at night, watching from the CCTV camera in her office and spying on Daniella's cafe. She didn't see anything out of the ordinary, but she was determined to wait even if it was all night. She waited till very late at night and was dozing in her chair when her eyes caught something. She cleaned her eyes and saw Daniella snuck into her office and suddenly turned to a green snake. Toby fell down in shock and glanced at the wall clock. It was around 2 in the morning. She cleaned her eyes and watched as the snake crawled out through the window. Toby didn't understand what she just saw, and didn't know what to do. She looked closely again and the snake came back inside. This time, it crawled all the way to the kitchen and her eyes widened as the snake licked all of the plates and spat out some venom in all the food items and then crawled out outside and disappeared. Toby fell on the floor in disgust. She had just eaten a meal that had snake's venom. Daniella is no ordinary human, she is a snake and her secret ingredient is snake venom. She quickly saved the video she had just seen and the next day, she went over to Daniella's cafe and demanded to see Daniella, but she was stopped by the staff. Nobody is allowed to see Daniella except on appointment. Everybody. Daniella is a snake. Do not eat what she's serving, it's hypnotized with snake venom. Toby yelled, but everyone looked at her like she was crazy. Daniella finally came out after hearing about all the commotion and decided to talk to Toby in her office. Why are you disturbing my cafe? I'm always on my own and I stay out of everyone's business, Daniella said. I know you're a snake and I have proof. You put venom in your food, you evil daughter of the dark world. I have an offer for you, leave quietly or I'll expose you to the whole world, Toby said. Daniella looked at her and laughed. What proof do you have? I have video evidence and I'll let the whole world know. I give you 3 days to leave, Toby said and left the cafe. She was happy with her plans and went home in excitement, preparing all the things she would need to rebrand her cafe, now that her competition would be gone. As she was sleeping at night, she felt something crawl on her and she sat up in fright. Curled around her was a big green snake, and she jumped up and screamed in fear. The snake looked exactly like the one she saw in Daniella's office. Hello, Toby, the snake greeted her. Daniella almost passed out in shock as she heard the snake speak. Don't be scared, it is I, the snake said. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, Toby yelled. Relax, you're not even a Christian. Now about that video, Daniella said. I was lying. I was out of my senses, please go away, Toby pleaded fearfully. Common now. I saw some hidden cameras in my office, so I know you have the video. Now tell me, where is it? The snake asked. Please, I don't know about anything, Toby cried. You lie. The snake spat and the room changed color as green smoke filled the whole room. Please don't kill me, Toby cried, begging. Where is the tape? The snake asked again. It's over there in my drawer, Toby said, pointing towards the drawer with shaky legs. The snake opened it and swallowed the memory card. I shall pay a visit to your office and destroy your cameras. Do not let this repeat itself or you won't like what's coming next, the snake said and crawled out the window. Toby held her beating chest in fear and quickly closed her window. She couldn't believe what had just happened. But her fear turned into a mischievous smile. Stupid snake. She doesn't know I have a copy of the video. I'll show her I'm not one to mess with, Toby said and went back to sleep. Now, she was more than determined to expose Daniella.